And next week, we have more tips on builds, and we sit.
Hello and welcome to this 2K Sports presentation of the WNBA. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Sky going up against the Seattle Storm. From gorgeous Seattle, Washington, I'm Blake Suniga. Rounding out the broadcast team are Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi. We're glad to have you with us.
Go. And this point in the schedule, it can be easy for some teams to lose focus.
This is when motivation is just as important as X's and O's for a coaching staff.
Well, absolutely. I mean, the season's as much of a mental grind as it is a physical grind.
Now here's Brown. Screen by McGregor. Good on the triple.
She might not have the long-range ability of some other players in this league, but she'll knock down open ones like that.
Now here's Vandersloot. She's guarded closely. Pass to Morgan. From deep. Brown grabs the board. And the Storm with possession. It's a three-point game. Here's McGregor. Chicago with the rebound.
Yeah, remember that. And that's not an opportunity she fails to convert very often.
Well, she moved on from the Storm in 2023, but still, Breanna Stewart is a legend in Seattle, and there's no doubt she always will be.
I mean, in her 6 years with the Storm, 2 titles, an MVP, first team All-League 4 times. You throw in the first ever Commissioner's Cup that they won, and Stewie was the MVP. It was an unreal run for her in the Pacific Northwest.
Pass to Brown. And so just over a minute and a half played. Clock at 6. Shoots the 3. And it's Angel Reese with the rebound. Now here's Allen. She's guarded by Williams. They get it again. And she'll shoot free throws. Clearly fouled on the shot that time. The whistle blows.
More of a distributor than a scorer, but Vandersloot can still attack defenses in her own right.
And first trip to the free throw line for her in this one. And the first one at the line is good. She hits one and misses one each at the line.
Well, they should be in front right now, but she'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty.
Sinks the three-pointer.
And if you leave anyone that wide open, you're just asking them to punish you, and they did there.
Pass to Morgan. Outside Atkins. Vandersloot outside. Morgan, defended by McGregor. Kicked by Reese. Here's Morgan. And once again off the mark by Chicago. Seattle leading. It's Gabby Williams on the wing. Offensive board. Pass to Brown. Lets the 3 fly. Yes, and it's McGregor who gets the assist.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Tough to guard a team when they can space it out like this, am I right?
Well, one of the most improved players in the league, Ezzie McGregor.
Oh, remember, she was just 20 when she entered the WNBA. Most others are 22, 23, even decent 24, 25-year-olds. So while she wasn't elite her first 2 years, she was the youngest player in the league. So we've seen the improvement, and now Ezzie, she's one of the best defensive players in the game.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. Now she stayed with it for some hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Now here's Williams. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. The tray. Magdegor, and a foul on the shot. She'll go to the stripe for 2.
Really contributes to her team. Ezzy, versatile on the floor.
She's getting her first free throw attempts of the night. And she...
Substitution on the court.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here.
Morgan with the rebound.
Here's Banham. They really want to find that igniter here.
That's right. Their offense is ground to a standstill.
Maybe you need to suit up, Tim. They need a spark.
Now Horston.
The shot's good. Alicia Clark making the play.
An attentive player who sees the floor well. Clark really understands how to distribute the rock.
Here's Banham. They waste no time getting those 3 points back.
How about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Yeah, terrific little back and forth right there,
It's
Tim.
been a lot of fun to watch.
To the inside. And she banks in the layup.
And their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second quarter.
That ought to help them increase their separation. Impressive offensive output.
Here's Morgan. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change.
Score. Katie Sanderson. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Sky.
And she can't get the first one. Both teams will make substitutions. She hits the second from the line. Pass to Brown. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Screen by Magdegor. 5 on the clock. Horston, no good. Outside, Atkins lets it go from deep. Drains the three-pointer.
With an unwavering work ethic, Atkins has just about mastered the three ball.
Pass to Magdegor. Williams. Now Brown. Here's Williams. Vandersloot defending. Horston the screen. Here's Williams. Rebound Chicago. Outside Atkins. Inside. Morgan. Allen. Horston defending. Pass to Atkins. To the paint. Here's Morgan. Goes back up. Here's Reese. Out to Atkins. Here's the three. That one falls. A great assist by Angel Reese.
They've got to be careful not to give a shooter of her caliber open looks like that, because one or two of those are all it takes to really get her going.
To the middle. Magdegor. Reese defending.
You know, you can learn a lot about rebounding just watching her. Nice box shot.
No good that time. And so that brings the first half to a close. It's the Storm leading by 7. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. And now the third quarter, about to get going again. Here's Vandersloot.
Pass to Reese. Here's Morgan. Back to Reese. Morgan. It's stolen by McGregor. Here's Williams. Here's Horston. Terrific assist and a nice finish. Just a solid play all around.
She did so well to lead her teammate right to the ideal spot. That's the kind of playmaking coaches like to see.
Seattle in the lead. Down low.
Here's Horston.
And she finishes nicely on the layup.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. And I know nobody likes a traffic jam, but this defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Yeah, nobody likes the traffic jam. We can agree on that. They can't allow the offense to get those high-quality looks inside.
Here's Williams. And she uses the glass on the layup.
Some defensive breakdowns happening now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these high percentage shot attempts, it's not going to get it done. They need to figure it out.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Outside Atkins. Puts it up from 17. And Morgan gets it to go.
Goes to Ariel Atkins.
Pass to Brown. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. 5 to shoot. Pulls up on the wing. And the Storm tack on 2 more.
Off to a hot start this half. That's 4 straight made buckets.
And at this stage of her career, winning titles seems to be everything for Skylar Diggins-Smith.
She doesn't know how many more years she has left. And because of this, she's going to give it her all. It'll be interesting to see if she's able to add some titles to her illustrious resume.
Here's Morgan. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Ariel Atkins.
Superb assist. She was crafty, creative, and the ultimate teammate on that play.
Pass to Horston.
Beyond the arc, here's Williams. Knocks down the 3 ball.
You know, you look at the stats, the assist totals, they just jump out at you. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been key.
It's just a different mindset these teams have had.
Here's Morgan.
She's got 5. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Boy, the complexion of this game would be a whole lot different if she had shot the ball anything like she's capable of.
And she was all alone on that one.
That's just great ball movement.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with a purpose. The D has not been able to keep up.
Pass to Morgan. Back to Vandersloot. Morgan.
Now here's Vandersloot. Inside.
Reese. Horston with the rebound.
Now here's Brown. Defense right on her. Outside Williams. Back to Brown. McGregor. Pass to Williams. The 3. A rebound by the Sky.
Well, they're in the lead, but she's still been frustrated offensively.
To the paint.
Reese. Horston defending.
And stolen by Horston. And it's the Storm on the break. No good. Nice defense by Courtney Vandersloot. To the middle. Deflected. It's stolen by McGregor. 3-pointer.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Horston.
The 3 ball. Allen with the rebound.
Yeah, she's been off her game this quarter. Just hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go down.
Knocks it loose. And stolen by Horston. And she's got her first opportunity at the line here tonight.
At the line for 62.
And it's the Storm with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
She's had an off game, but her team has been able to pick up the slack and get it done here today.
Now here's Allen. Here's Morgan. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Those 2 points, almost a sure thing when they're able to get the ball inside to that position.
And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assists.
When everybody's involved offensively, it's in a way helping you defensively too. And they are just killing them with the three-point shot here in the second half.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. They are fully stretched out there trying to stop the three and still haven't been able to do it.
I don't know defensively what they can do different at this point.
Now here's Vandersloot. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Around 3 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Back to Williams. For three. It's hauled in by Reese. And it's the Sky ball. Down by 15. Pass to Morgan. Pulls it. And it's Seattle with the rebound. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Outside Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Brown. A second effort. And a nice bucket from Magdador.
An example right there, guys, of how they never started coasting, even as their lead kept growing.
Well, Tim, they're just a determined group. There's no neutral gear. No matter what the lead is, it's only full speed ahead, and that's the type of basketball I love to watch.
Yeah, 100 miles an hour. A nice play to get a hand to that pass and tip it out of bounds.
She was just a hair away from coming up with the steal there. Good effort.
Here's Morgan. Got a hand on it. Now here's Wheeler. Samuelson outside. To the inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
They are just not backing off, and they're going to close this one out in style. What a surge.
Give them credit just to finish this one off.
Here's Morgan. To the paint, looking to end the drought, and Williams lays it up and in. And so Seattle takes this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were better basketball team by far.
You got to commend this sort of dominance here at home and feeling great, playing well nearly the whole game. I could feel it. This building was pumped, guys.
Hey folks, welcome into some WNBA action on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Chicago Sky as they play against the Seattle Storm. I'm Blake Suniga, and with me at the broadcast table are Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi.
And about midway through the regular season now, and the top teams starting to distinguish themselves.
Yeah, usually, we have a pretty good idea of who the contenders are, but so much can change in a flash in the WNBA.
Whether it's a hot streak or a tough injury, you never know what is going to shake up these standings.
Now here's Brown. Now Magbagor. Shot clock at 6. Puts it up from 17, and she gets a jumper to drop.
Smooth shot from Magbagor in the mid-range, taking advantage of the look that she got.
Vandersloot outside. Pass to Morgan. Trying her luck from deep. Brown grabs the board. Now here's Horston. Vandersloot defending. Here's Williams. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Sky.
The ball goes to Chicago.
And now just over a minute played here in the first.
Well, when you talk about the greatest organizations in this league, Seattle has a strong argument.
Well, they've got 4 titles, which is tied for the most all time. And since their first title back in 2004, they've only missed the playoffs 3 times in 20 years.
Seattle with the ball. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. There's the 3.
That's Angel Reese with the rebound.
Vandersloot outside. And she banks in the layup.
Well, Vandersloot is just fearless, getting past the inside contact and getting to her finish.
Pass to Horston.
Lets it go from deep. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, you might not think of her as a true ace from three-point range, but the shot was there for her.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Here's Morgan. Back to Vandersloot. Pass to Morgan. Horston with the rebound.
And she doesn't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions.
Foul call that time on the way up, and that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw. It's going to go on Courtney Vandersloot. And she makes the first. Both teams will make substitutions.
2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe. Chicago trailing here. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. And she gets it to go as they call the foul. She's on her way to the line for 1 more.
Very well executed pick to give her all types of space to get that one off.
And that one misses.
Horston with it. She's picked up by Reese. And That one's good. Horston.
That's a heads-up play right there, guys. Not just on the assist, but also on the finish.
Inside, it's stolen by McGregor. Lets the three fly. A basket by Brown.
That's just great ball movement.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with a purpose. The D has not been able to keep up.
Now it's Reese. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. To the middle. Here's Morgan. That one falls. A great assist by Angel Reese.
Textbook. Nice pass, nice catch, nice shot.
Down low, McGregor. An easy 2 points on the layup.
I like how McGregor picks her spots on offense, knows when to look to score inside.
Pass to Allen. Here's Morgan. And there's a whistle. That goes on Ezzie McGregor.
First personal foul.
That's her first foul.
Team foul.
So Chicago going with an almost entire new group here. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Chalk up 2 right there.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly right there to get the quick hitter.
And the play stops. Whistle on what looks like an illegal screen.
You have to make sure your feet are set. But when you set those screens, they'll get you for it.
I thought maybe she was set. Now, I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think maybe they got that one wrong.
Now here's Samuelson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Got it. Good job in the low post.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Everybody always thinks it's passing that gets you assists, but also their movement off the ball, it's created those opportunities.
Here's Morgan. That ball is in the basket. She's now shot 6 and made 3.
Well, that pick, it worked like a charm. Nice job taking it right to the tin for the layup.
Samuelson, Onyenwede covering. In the hoop for her third make from the field. She's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Some defensive breakdowns happening now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these high percentage shot attempts, it's not going to get it done. They need to figure it out.
And here are the Storm now. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Right wing. Clock at 6. Pass to Horston. From beyond the arc. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Storm will get the ball here. So both teams changing it up here. And just over 3.5 minutes played in this second quarter. And it's in.
Playing with enthusiasm. Ezzy McMagor. Big second chance bucket.
Picked by Reese. And the foul on Williams. That's her first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Vandersloot outside. Here's Morgan, defended by McMagor. 5 on the clock. Goes up on the stripe. Morgan can't hit. Seattle with the ball. 13-point lead. Outside Williams. Three-pointer. That's good, and that's her 4th basket of the game. She's a strong 4 for 6.
She has shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves.
Here's Morgan. 6 points for her. Picked by Reese. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Horston. Outside Williams. Now here's McMagor. Pulls it from 20. Again, Seattle.
They aren't taking their foot off the pedal. They just keep on adding to their score.
Yeah, I mean, it's never a good idea to back off, and it doesn't look like that thought has even crossed their mind.
Credit the head coach for pushing this team.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Storm out in front. They lead by 18. And we will be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. Welcome back to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the final 2 quarters. Vandersloot with it. Pass to Morgan. Back to Vandersloot. Here's Morgan. Shot clock at 5. Vandersloot outside. Misses the 3. Now Brown. Now here's Horston. Guarded by Davis. Shoots from 14. Morgan with the rebound.
Can't get a much better look than that.
Yeah, no way you expect her to miss that shot.
Second half rolling along. About a minute played here. There's a screen. Here's Davis. Hits it from 3-point range.
I tell you, she loves getting looks like that from 3-point range. Just nobody near her.
Outside Williams. Screen by McMagor. To the inside. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
One aspect of their play today that's been far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow, it can be elusive, but the great offenses have it. And that's just what they've shown tonight.
Time called here. The Sky decide to talk it over. Chicago with the ball. 17-point game. Pass to Morgan. Got a piece of it. Back to Vandersloot. Morgan
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Great defense, anticipated the play, and got there first.
And coaches love players that are just not afraid to put their bodies on the line and take a shot for the team.
One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Here's Brown. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
You just can't let Brown get her feet set. Shoot comfortably off the pass. She will bury those all night.
Here's Morgan, defended by Magdalor. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Pass to Williams. Unloads from 9. Again, Seattle.
They're 3 of 4 to start the half.
Now a timeout called by Chicago.
Oh, they're pretty disappointed, this coaching staff, and rightfully so. Just they're giving up a big run night now. Got to figure out a way to stop it.
Yeah, they haven't really looked good at all here lately. Something's got to change for them. Let's see what the coaching staff has up their sleeve.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Morgan. Chicago again missing.
She hasn't had much success shooting the ball.
Pass to Williams. Here's Wheeler. And she was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for her. And when you look at Erica Wheeler, she's played for quite a few teams throughout her career.
A true journey woman, from being undrafted to making it to the WNBA to playing overseas. She's done it all, and that kind of experience is why she's so respected around the league.
She hits the second from the line. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Here's Morgan, defended by Magdalor. There's a screen by Davis. Here's Morgan. No good. Again that time. And here are the Storm now. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Back to Wheeler. Williams. She's covered by Allen. 6 on the shot clock. Off target from 3-point range.
It can be so deflating to miss a wide open look like that.
To the paint. Here's Morgan.
Storm foul. Lee. Second personal foul. First team foul. At the line from the sky.
He's off on the first.
2 shots.
So she comes up empty at the line. And this could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
What a performance it's been.
Morgan with the rebound. Here's Banham. He has 5. Pass to Morgan. Allen. Just 5 on the clock. From the wing. And there it is.
Intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
they're in complete control.
Everything they're doing, it's been working out. Wow.
Back to Wheeler. Pass to Magbagor. Back to Wheeler. Screen by Magbagor. 5 to shoot. And Wheeler is good for 3.
Got to watch out for Wheeler's jumper. She can beat opponents from all over the court.
Here's Banham, guarded by Wheeler. Here's Morgan. And here's Onion Wade. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. There's the triple. No luck on that one. And 3/4 of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Storm out in front, just dominating this one. And 4th quarter back. And we're getting underway in the 4th.
What do you think is the next step for this league?
I just think everything gets bigger. We're talking ratings, attendance, interest. We're just now scratching the surface.
Absolutely, and we've seen massive growth the last few years, and to me, the WNBA, this is not where it ends up. They're just getting started, and it's going to continue every year to get bigger and bigger.
And here are the Storm now. They have yet to put up any points here in the 4th. Williams can't get it to go.
She's had an off game, but her team has been able to pick up the slack and get it done here today.
So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots.
And she'll do this to you. Ariel Atkins is very experienced and understands how to generate offense.
2 shots.
And so she makes both from the line. Here's Seattle. Pass to Horston. Banked in off the glass.
She's had such a steady hand, and I think watching this game, she's the one responsible for getting them this lead late.
Yeah, her shooting percentage is unreal right now. Just so dependable here today.
Pass to Morgan. It doesn't go for her. Ezzy Magbagor, nice defense. And here are the Storm now. They lead by 23, and that's the most we've seen.
And one thing we can all agree on, we are fired up for the WNBA to come to the Bay Area in 2025.
100%. I mean, I grew up in the Bay Area. It's something I've always wanted, a WNBA team here in the Bay. Everybody has always wanted that.
And it's going to be a party at Chase Center. I can't wait to see this team get to action, and I know I'll be there opening day.
Here's Magbagor. Yes, once again. And she remains a perfect 6 attempts, 6 makes.
She's their go-to scorer, and when she shoots the ball like she has today, that is what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Pass to Morgan. Back to Vandersloot. Davis. She's guarded by Williams. To the inside. Just 5 to shoot.
Ezzy Magbagor, nice defense.
Now here's Brown.
Now Horston. Reese defending. Horston the screen.
Inside. Well-timed pass and goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Give an assist there, not for a pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed her up and really just made that layup possible.
Down low. And there's the 3-second violation.
Seattle ball. Substitution on the court.
Buell with the ball. Pass to Cook. Samuelson. Now Clark. 6 to shoot. They get it again. And here's Cook. The second chance effort. And it's good on the lay-in.
That pass allowed her to get straight to the rim in perfect stride.
On offense, here the Sky. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Here's Morgan. And the shot no good, a bit short. Now Cook. Mule. Vandersloot defending. And so Seattle takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on.
You've had a standout rookie year, and so has Caitlin Clark. It looks to be a close race to the finish line. If you were making a pitch to the voters, why do you think you should win the award?
I wouldn't expect anything else from Caitlin. I'm glad I've been able to keep up with her. I'm not really into pitching myself for individual accolades. I've always been a team first kind of player, so I'll say this. To be in the Rookie of the Year discussion alongside Caitlin has been a true honor, and I think we both deserve it.
Has Caitlin reached out to you, and have you had any discussion with her about it?
She reached out, yeah. Basically said if she was going to lose the Rookie of the Year award to anyone, she hoped it would be me. And just hearing a player like her tell me that was enough for me. It's validation for all the hard work and time I put in to get to this point.
Caitlin was obviously the front runner going in. Did you expect to have a similar success?
I expected to be the best player I could be and work hard. I guess you could say I'm off to a good start.
Hey folks, welcome into some WNBA action on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Dream going up against the Chicago Sky. And from near Southside Chicago, I'm Blake Suniga, joined by Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz, and we're ready for some hoops.
And it's safe to say this game will be won or lost on the boards.
Well, it's how these teams control the game and get themselves extra possessions.
Well, not only that, but limiting their opponent's possessions. That'll be a huge key in this one.
And so off the tip, it's Atlanta. Here's Tolliver. Pass to Hillman. Now Howard. Griner with the screen. Puts up a three. And Howard, good for three.
Well, when Howard is knocking down threes, Ryan is unguardable.
And here's Atkins. To the paint. Deflected. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
A nice play to get a hand to that pass and tip it out of bounds.
She was just a hair away from coming up with the steal there. Good effort.
Here's Morgan.
Shot clock at 6. Tipped away. Oliver with the ball. Now guarded by Jefferson. Oliver, that's good.
Tapped into a reserve of energy. Tolliver is athletic and has no problem getting out and running.
Now here's Atkins. Over to the left wing. Howard with the ball. Pass to Griner. That's good, and it's Ryan Howard with the assist.
3 straight makes to start. Looking good so far.
And looking at the Atlanta Dream, they haven't won a playoff series since 2018.
Yeah, Atlanta has struggled of late. But when you look at this current roster, they are very young and talented. Headlined by 2022 first overall pick, Ryan Howard.
Davis, guarded by Howard. Inside, Reese. And again, unable to change momentum here. Pass to Tolliver from downtown. Good on the three-point shot.
4 makes on 4 shots. Everything is falling for them early.
Now here's Jefferson. Here's Morgan.
Puts up the 3, and she's good on the 3 ball.
Those two, they just keep going right at each other from deep.
A little one-on-one action we've got on our hands here, Tim.
I'm not complaining.
Pass to Gray. The 3 is up. They get it again. Here's Griner. That shot, no good.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get her off balance.
Now here's Jefferson.
Now Davis.
Here's Morgan.
She's guarded by Griner.
Jefferson outside.
And it's off from three-point range. Atlanta in the lead. Pass to Gray. Hillman. And here's Griner. Howard, defended by Atkins. A 3 from Alicia Gray. It's good from long range.
That's just great ball movement.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with a purpose. The D has not been able to keep up.
Now here's Jefferson.
She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Pass break. Here come the Dream. And the ball out of play. The Sky will have it.
Substitution on the court.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first. Outside Atkins.
Pass to Morgan. Jefferson outside.
Shot clock at 5. There's the triple. Green with the rebound. And here's Gray. Christie Christy Tolliver for three. The basket good off the assist from Alicia Gray.
They couldn't have dreamed of a much better start they've had here tonight.
Yeah, they came in with a tremendous offensive game plan. It's worked perfectly, and what a lead they already have to show for it.
And you got to give credit to this coaching staff as well. They came into this game prepared perfectly.
Here's Morgan.
Pass to Atkins. They waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Reese going down quickly at both ends.
What an answer. You come at me with the three, I'm coming right back.
Everybody gets a three.
Now here's Gray. Howard with the ball. She's covered by Allen. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
They are doing some damage from downtown, guys.
Which is the main reason they're sitting on this huge early lead. What shooting.
Just an aerial display from beyond the arc.
Pass to Morgan.
Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Dream out in front. They lead by 13. And we'll be back shortly. Walker Kimbrough drills it from outside.
That's a dozen straight points coming off of threes.
Yeah, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it, non-existent.
Morgan, she's guarded by Griner.
Morgan can't hit.
They've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers, too.
Yeah, it's been a gritty performance and a physical brand of basketball, but, hey, that's how you win.
Bring your lunch pail.
Great outside shooting is really fueling this run.
And the D's just getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down.
Parked down low that time and got hit with the 3-second call.
Boneheaded play, guys. Plain and simple.
And mistakes like that are going to make it very hard for them to get out of this hole.
And that's part of the reason why they're in this hole.
It's been all Dream. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Outside Tolliver, and she was camped there in the lane, and she gets a 3-second call.
Now into the lineup for Chicago, Ariel Atkins, Mariah Jefferson.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into this second quarter.
Pass to Morgan.
They need this. It's rebounded by Atlanta.
After winning Rookie of the Year, there were high expectations for Alicia Gray in the years to follow.
Yeah, and that can be a bit of a burden. But give Gray credit. She's grown her game and become an all-star.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
6 to shoot. Now Howard, defended by Atkins. The Dream again can't hit.
Very close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Not a great habit to get into, letting her get that wide open.
And so here's Atlanta. And just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter.
Chicago foul. Morgan. First personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Chicago on D. The three from Christy Tolliver. Offensive rebound. Hillman shoots and misses. 0 for 1 to begin the game. And they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. They got to score.
Count it.
Great ball movement from Ariel Atkins, showing a willingness to get her teammates involved.
It's been all Dream. Here's Gray. Pass to Howard. Tolliver. The Dream again can't hit.
They got lucky. They got lucky. And the defense has taken a big chance leaving her open behind the arc. And I'm not sure I'm okay with that game plan.
You can always depend on her to put that lead pass right on the money.
Atlanta with the ball. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Howard. Gray. Back to Howard. The 3 ball. Sinks the 3-pointer.
Last 5 makes, all 5 from long range.
And the defense hasn't pressed up to deny it. They're hanging back, and they're getting picked apart.
Pressure the ball, pressure something.
To the inside. Reese. An easy 2 points on the layup.
She didn't have to slow down at all. That lead pass was timed perfectly.
Howard with the ball. She's got 9. There's the 3. The shot comes out. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Dream out in front. They lead by 18. And we've got more in store for you right after this. Well, it's been a one-sided affair through the first 2 quarters, but there is plenty of time to mount a comeback. A fantastic game from Christy Tolliver in this one.
And those threes have been dropping for her. Absolute dead-eye shooting in that first half.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, this could not have been a more productive day for her from long range.
First team foul. At the line for Chicago, Morgan.
And she can't get the first one. She hits the second from the line. Now here's Tolliver. Outside Howard. Gray outside. Reiner. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Tolliver. Takes the 3. That's another one for her. Her 5th in just 7 shots.
An elite level player for an extended period of time. Tolliver has been torching defenses for years. So many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one, Tim.
Yeah, Brian, their effort on the glass, it has given them the advantage. It's made a difference without question.
And that one good.
Oh, nice size at the guard position at 6 feet. Gray with the ability to score down low.
Now a timeout called by Chicago. And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Jefferson outside. Reese. Well-timed pass and goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
They'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can make.
And here the Dream. Outside Tolliver. Pass to Walker Kimbrough. Here's Griner. Howard, guarded by Davis. Back to Griner. And it's Angel Reese with the rebound. A challenging stretch for Chicago here. It's Kayla Davis on the wing, guarded by Howard. And here's Jefferson. Griner with the rebound. And it's out of bounds. The Dream able to retain possession here.
In for the Dream, number 19.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And after a fantastic rookie season, Mariah Jefferson has bounced from team to team.
She finished second in the Rookie of the Year voting back in 2016, but since then, she's played for about half the league.
They're doing some work here in the second half. 3 for 4 from the floor.
Some tough offensive sets, and they really want to turn it around.
They got to lock in and need a basket just to regain some momentum.
Here's Morgan, and count the basket. She was fouled, and she's going to the line for one more.
At the line for your Chicago Sky.
Now Tolliver, 16 points for her.
Pass to Kubai. Walker Kimbrough. For three, Ryan Howard drills the three-pointer.
Wow, Howard with the quick release.
And it's the Sky Ball.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play.
Goes up on the baseline. Goes back up. Reese, no good. And here's Tolliver. Pass to Walker Kimbrough. Kubai. Just 5 on the clock. Here's the pick. Here's Howard. Foul called that time on the way up, and that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw.
First team foul.
You know, Ryan Howard has got a good sense for finding her shots. And
Substitution on the court.
Here's Morgan. Up top, Reese. Morgan. And you look at the ratings for women's basketball in general, and man, they're exploding.
Well, of course, Caitlin Clark and her team in college shattering records back in her college days. I think we'll continue to see that happen in the W.
well, the 2024 draft was by far the most watched of all time. So, yeah, it's an exciting time in the league.
And their lead gets even more enormous. They play terrific basketball at both ends.
No doubt about it. I certainly can't think of an area where they've underperformed.
And neither can I.
To the middle.
Atlanta foul. Second personal foul.
And the first one drops.
At the line for Chicago.
And she makes both free throws.
And a trend over the last few years, Brian, less players are going overseas to play during the offseason.
And that's great for the WNBA. Increased salaries have helped big time.
And with more players staying in the United States during the offseason, we don't see as many season-ending injuries that happen in the offseason away from the W. And their shooting percentage continues to climb in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been in total sync since the break. Good team basketball, and it's resulted in high-quality shots.
Very good adjustments at the half.
Down low.
Pass to Caldwell.
Walker Kimbrough.
Now here's Coffey. Reese defending.
Clock at 6. To the wing on the left. Reed. The three-pointer, no good. Outside Atkins. Inside.
Walker Kimbrough with it. Pass to Kubai. And the league is expanding for the 2025 season. Very exciting. What do you guys think is the best part about it?
Well, for me, it's the extra roster spots. There are so many talented players in women's basketball right now. And the W, it's really needed more space, more spots, more places on the roster for a while now.
Oh, I agree. I mean, when you look at the last cut lists back in May, right before the season, there are some serious hoopers on them.
Pass to Caldwell. Walker Kimbrough with it. Here's Caldwell. And here's Coffey. Reese defending.
Reed. And once again, off the mark by Atlanta.
And shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Outside Atkins.
Pass to Morgan.
The shot good on the assist by Ariel Atkins.
Well, their offense is kicking the gear, but it's come just a little too late.
I think it may be, but at least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. But too bad it's past the point where it'll do them much good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So no problem for Atlanta as they get the win. A resounding victory for them and an enemy territory, no less.
It was enemy territory, but with the way that they controlled the game, they took the crowd completely out of it. That's how to get it done on the road.
That'll do it for our broadcast, everyone. Welcome to WNBA basketball on 2K Sports. And tonight we'll see the Chicago Sky as they go up against the New York Liberty. And coming to you from the borough of Brooklyn, I'm Blake Suniga. Pleased to have you here along with my broadcast partners Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz.
Knowing how confident these teams are behind the arc, I bet the three ball will be flying in this one.
And when that's the case, it really comes down to which team is making them, not just taking them.
Yeah, and they'll both be making them, I think, at a steady clip. These players shoot it so freely because they've got the green light.
Here's Morgan.
And she banks in the layup. And here's Cloud. Pass to Stewart. Ionescu.
She's covered by Jefferson.
Basket good.
With great size for a point, Ionescu can just bounce off contact.
Jefferson with it.
Now Davis.
Here's Morgan.
It's hauled in by Harrison.
What you gotta love about Stewie, she's a flat-out winner at every single level.
Yeah, she led Connecticut to 4 consecutive national championships. She's won multiple gold medals, WNBA Finals MVP in 2018 and 2020. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Here's Morgan.
Pass to Davis. Out to Atkins. For three, it's good, and she makes her first shot of the game.
With an unwavering work ethic, Atkins has just about mastered the three ball.
Laney Hamilton with it. Stewart inside. Reese on her. And so she earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and she'll shoot 2. The number 1 overall pick in 2016, Breanna Stewart continues to be a big-time player in the W.
Well, her transition from Connecticut to the WNBA was seamless. She won Rookie of the Year and established herself as a star right from the jump. Now, as a veteran, Stewie remains one of the most dominant players in the league.
Pass to Jefferson. Atkins. Clock at 6. For 3. New York with the rebound.
I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Look good here, too. I'm as shocked as you.
Reese gets the bucket.
Sharp pass to set up the very high percentage shot in close.
The Liberty trail. Outside Stewart. Stewart with the screen. Three-pointer Natasha Cloud. Buries the long-range jumper.
So deadly in the pick and roll. Cloud can pass it out of this set, and she can score it too. A real dual threat point.
Jefferson right side. Pass to Morgan. Outside Atkins. To the paint. 6 feet out. A rebound by Breanna Stewart.
You know, it's not been the best quarter for her as far as scoring. We'll see if she can get back on track.
Ionescu left side. Back to Harrison. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. It's stolen by Stewart. Oh, and the fast break for the Liberty. And here they go. Hits it and gets hacked. That's a three-point play opportunity. Here's Phoebish. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Harrison gets the bucket.
Making use of her physical gifts, Harrison gets through, outworks the contact, and finishes strong.
Timeout called the Sky. Chicago in the lead. Quarter 2, and we're about 2 minutes in. Here's Morgan, defended by Harrison. Morgan can't hit. And the Liberty with possession here. And when you look at the rich history of the Liberty, last year was their strongest team yet.
The most regular season games the Liberty ever won was 23. Until last year, when they won 32. Breanna Stewart won MVP, beating the Aces for the Commissioner's Cup. But in the almighty WNBA Finals, the Liberty fell to the Aces in 4 games.
Just have to love watching Stewart shoot. Uses the pass to get in rhythm, knock down the shot.
Here's Morgan. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
It's been one of those days for her. She's really struggled.
Pass to Cloud. Johannes.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Stewart with the screen. From 20 feet out. Not going to go that time.
Even though she missed it, she couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, they don't come much easier than that.
Reese. And they will call over the back on that play.
You know, she's not afraid of physical play, but even with that, you have to stay in control.
Yeah, she obviously was not right there. There really wasn't much doubt that she was going to get whistled for the over-the-back call.
Pass to Laney Hamilton. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Inside. Morgan can't hit. Ionescu outside.
Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Deep into her bag. Ionescu elite with the rock.
Pass to Morgan. It's stolen by Natasha Cloud. And here they come. Ionescu has it. Now guarded by Jefferson. Let's go with a three. It's hauled in by Angel Reese. Here's Morgan. Defended by Harrison. Trying to get back on track. Morgan can't hit.
She has been anything but her usual self this quarter. It's been ugly.
And this is her first trip to the line tonight. And Brian with Isabel Harrison, they've got a very effective operator down low.
She's really honed her technique and her footwork. Plus, with her agility, she can make a defense work very hard inside.
Outside for Cloud. Harrison, Reese defending. Harrison in the post. Reese on her. Harrison no good. Chicago trailing here. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Down low. Here's Morgan. That one falls.
She struggled quite a bit this quarter, going just 1 for 6.
Now here is Ionescu. She's covered by Jefferson. Now here is Ionescu. He has 5. 4 seconds left. Sinks it. What range from downtown?
That's in the gym range, Blake. She can pull up and knock it down from anywhere.
Yeah, you know, there's really no bad shot from her. She's firing the three like that.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Liberty out in front. They lead by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break, and we'll see if one can pull away in the third. Sabrina Ionescu really making a difference out there.
Her decision-making simply flawless today. Nothing but quality shots from her in the first half. She wasn't forcing anything.
Yeah, but I think here in the second half, they may want her to be a little more assertive and start taking more shots, even the tough ones.
Here's Morgan, and the layup's good off the glass.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly right there to get the quick hitter.
New York leading. Lainey Hamilton on the wing. Good, and Sabrina Ionescu gets the dime.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed coming from beyond the arc.
Here's Morgan. She's got 6. Pass to Jefferson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now here's Davis. Hits it from 3-point range.
How about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Yeah, terrific little back and forth right there, Tim.
It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Really left alone that time.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over again.
They might have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Here's Morgan. The bank shot, no good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of the hole because she is not helping their offense.
Third personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Cloud left side. Pass to Stewart. To the inside. Harrison. From down in the low post. It goes.
3 for 3. That's the way to start the second half.
Chicago with the ball. They trail by 6. Here's Davis. Good defense there by Benijah Laney Hamilton. Ionescu outside. Laney Hamilton. Pass to Stewart. Cloud outside. Now Laney Hamilton. 6 to shoot. From outside.
inside, off the mark.
They're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Up top, Jefferson. Davis. Lane Hamilton covering. To the middle. It's stolen by Harrison. Lane Hamilton can't hit. It's Kayla Davis on the wing. Defended by Stewart. Pass to Reese. And she uses the glass on the layup.
Check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates on the same page.
Timeout called to Liberty. By Rebecca Allen. And she recovers it.
You got to admire how Sabrina Ionescu can do it all. She can score, distribute, grab rebounds. Whatever you need, she can do it. And that kind of versatility is just invaluable.
And for Sabrina Ionescu, her three-point shooting took a massive leap in year 4.
Well, you know, it's something Ionescu has worked very hard on. You look at her first 3 years in the league, she shot just 33% from deep. But year 4, that percentage shot up to 45%, and it was on major volume. Sabrina leading the WNBA in three-pointers made.
Outside Atkins. Shot clock at 5. Down low, Williams. And Brianna Stewart with the block.
She doesn't just score. Stewart uses that 7'1" wingspan on D, too.
To the paint. Here's Harrison. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And you look at the story defensively, they've regressed somewhat in the second half. A little too casual for my liking, and they're paying for it.
Here's Banham. She's covered by Cloud. Now Banham. She's got 7. Pass to Morgan. Left side, Williams. Makes it off the glass.
They're not using the three-point shot very much. They may want to think about stretching the defense a bit, like they did in the first half.
And here's Ionescu. 9 points in the game. Harrison gets the bucket.
Yeah, she's played an important role in her offense today, and really without her, they might not have the lead right now.
Out to the right wing. Here's Morgan. And it's Brianna Stewart with the rebound.
I'm sorry to say it, guys, but she's given them little to nothing at the offensive end.
Good.
After leaning on the three-point shot in the first half, they're starting to get away from it here in the second. More of their shots are coming from inside.
Here's Morgan. 6 points for her. Here's Banham. Pass to Morgan. Over Harrison. Tries again. The third quarter comes to a close. Liberty out in front. They lead by 9. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. Quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. And it's New York's ball. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 9. Now Johannes. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now.
jacks up a three. And Lainey Hamilton hits from deep.
It's nice to see elite scorers like Stewart create for others because despite her skill set, she understands it's a team game.
Atkins, she's covered by Cloud. Davis with it. Shoots over Lainey Hamilton. Kept alive. Here's Morgan. So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots. Next.
Well, you allow someone to get to the rim like that, and really that's your only option.
Yeah, free throws are always better than a layup. I would agree with that.
And so she hits both. New York leading. Ionescu outside. Stewart. And a great assist that time by Sabrina Ionescu as that one goes in.
And add another three-pointer to their second half total.
They came out of the break dropping bombs and are just not letting up.
You love to see that.
Here's Morgan, defended by Harrison. Morgan can't hit.
That's a surprise. Out of character for her to miss those when the D's not right in her face.
Now here's Cloud, defended by Atkins. The shot by Ionescu, no good. And so it's Chicago with it. 9-point game. And it's Atkins missing. On offense, here's the Liberty. Here's Stewart. Goes back up. And it's Harrison with the bucket inside.
Protecting the play, Harrison fights to retain possession and get him a bucket.
Here's Morgan. 13 feet out. The shot, no good. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone in the fourth. Cloud takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
A nice little wrinkle to her game. At 6 feet, Cloud is a big guard. Helps her inside.
Here's Morgan. Chicago again missing.
Some of the shots she's taken today have been absolute head scratchers. She's out there playing like it's a game of horse, and it's not.
An example right there, guys, of how they never started coasting, even as their lead kept growing.
Well, Tim, they're just a determined group. There's no neutral gear, no matter what the lead is. It's only full speed ahead, and that's the type of basketball I love to watch.
Yeah, 100 miles an hour.
Here's Morgan. And once again off the mark by Chicago. Now here's Ionescu. Tight defense on her. Cloud outside. Ionescu. Outside, Lainey Hamilton. Connects from three-point range.
Since the start of the fourth, Brian, that three-point shot has really been there for them.
Yeah, doing an excellent job, Tim, of finding the open teammate on the perimeter this quarter. The three-pointer is a major weapon for them right now.
To halt the run. Jefferson, covered by Ionescu. 5 to shoot. And they forced a shot clock violation. Great defense.
Substitution on the court.
And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assists.
When everybody's involved offensively, it's in a way helping you defensively too.
Now here's Gardner. New York takes this one by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they never found.
The energy here was just tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. Once they started to really pour it on, it was fun.